Hello and welcome back to episode 158 of the Daily Sales Message, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff. And if you haven't already, there's of course 157 episodes that precede this that you might enjoy. If you enjoy this one, go on back, check out some of the previous ones. Everything I talk about is designed to be really actionable, really simple, absolutely free. Designed for beginners, designed for solopreneurs, business owners, coaches, consultants, anybody that wants to get better at selling or wants to improve their confidence at selling. That's who this is designed for. Now, today, I am talking about one of my non-negotiables when it comes to sales and selling, absolute non-negotiables. And I learned this the hard way. I came across this the hard way, and it's verbalizing the price. I found from experience that when you don't verbalize the price, and I don't mean send to somebody in an email, I mean tell them on a phone call, tell them in a presentation, tell them on a Zoom call, actually verbalize and speak the price. When you don't do that, if you hide behind a proposal or whatever, you are massively damaging your chances of making a sale. And there's a couple of really good reasons for that. One of the first ones is you are not there to justify or discuss or handle any questions or objections that person has. And we've all been there. We've spoken to somebody. Maybe it's very common with tradespeople, right? Okay, I'll give you a quote. I'll come back to you. Maybe all tradespeople talk like that. I don't know. Maybe some posh ones. I'll come back to you tomorrow. There we go. Okay, thanks, mate. And you want to get, I had this in my house, actually. I wanted to get a new roof on my house, just the tiles. I thought it'd be about £15,000. That's what I was quoted. This guy sent me a quote for £36,000. They'd have told me when they're at my house that they were looking at least, like 20 to 30,000 or more. I would have told them to not bother sending me the quote because it's out of my budget, out of my expectation. So they sent me that ridiculously high price quote. And of course, I didn't really respond to it from there because I was just embarrassed. Wow, that's a lot more money than I budgeted for that. So I'll have to choose somebody else. If they'd have verbalized the price to me, they could have justified the price to me and explained why. Or maybe we could have come to some kind of agreement or whatever, but I ended up ghosting them. As you've probably done too. When you speak to somebody and say, yeah, let me know how much it costs. They go, okay, yeah, I'll send you an email. That'll be great. And then you get the email, and the first thing you do is scroll down to the bottom right of that attachment. Don't read any of the stuff they've written and look at the price, go, whoa, that's cheap, that's expensive, and you make a decision from there. And if it's cheap, then you'll go back and read everything. And if it's really expensive, you go, waste of time, go to the next one. If the person verbalizes the price you on a phone or a Zoom call or whatever, when they tell you that'll be £35,000 for your roof, Mr. New York, at that point I can say, wow, that's a lot more. Why is that? So, actually, we're using this kind of tile. If we use this kind of tile, it could be £15,000. Oh, great. That's what I had planned. Yeah, let's do that one instead. But because they didn't verbalize it to me, there's no justification, there's no negotiation, there's no kind of wiggle room because embarrassment creeps in. Now, I understand people feel weird talking about money. And I also understand that not everything can be quoted. But I do have a firm belief that everything can be at least ballpark quoted. As a buyer of your service or your product, I'm trying to find out if it costs like 10 quid, 100 quid, 1,000 quid, 10,000 quid, 100,000, a million. What do you charge? I do not know. I'm just trying to get a ballpark. So if at the very least, you can tell somebody, okay, ballpark, did somebody recently like you, ballpark, it's going to be in the range of this from 5 to, could be a massive range, right, from 5 to 15,000. It could be a really big range. At least then I know, because I might be sitting there with my £3,000 budget going, can't do that. And when you tell somebody a price they can't afford, they can't really hide it. That's the thing. You can tell very quickly that they can't afford it, and they may even tell you, you'll just kind of sense it. Or they might ask you questions and level. You say, well, actually, I thought it was going to be £4,000, blah, blah, blah. What can we do? So my challenge to you, and it is a challenge because I'm very confident that 90%, maybe 95% of the people that listen to this, both the people, aren't verbalizing the price. You don't really talk to people about what you charge. You send them a quotation, you send them a proposal, and the first time they see it is on a screen or printed in the post if you're old-fashioned. Take it from me. Be strong, verbalize the price, use a range if you have to, but verbalizing the price allows you to justify and discuss the price and maybe rescue the deal. Whereas if you send somebody something that's too expensive, they'll just never come back to you. It's a reason why people ghost, and I'm sure you've had this happen to you. Right, that's it for this episode of the Daily Sales Message. Tomorrow in episode 159, I keep having to check my notes. 159, I'm going to tell you one of the key lessons I learned from selling £600 million worth of products across 12 years and never ever missing my target. It sounds really impressive, doesn't it? I always like to caveat that with, pardon me, I worried every single month about my target. I absolutely crapped myself that I would hit my target. I never at one point was complacent about what I was doing, ever. Sounds impressive retrospect. I never missed the target, did really well. Trust me, I was just as anxious and nervous as you probably are about hitting your targets, but I did do it. And there's one key thing that I learned, and I'm going to share that with you tomorrow in episode 159 of the Daily Sales Message. So until then, I'll see you then.